We're getting new details on Black Lives Matter's spending spree. While Black Lives Matter has spent years trafficking and racism to raise millions, we know 60 million of their war chest is up in the air. We know they've listed addresses that don't even exist on their tax forms. And we told you before about how the co-founder, Patrisse Cullors, has spent millions on lavish homes across the country. It turns out BLM has some more secrets buried in their chest. They were trying to hide a massive purchase. We're now finding out Black Lives Matter used nearly $6 million in donations on a huge mansion in 2020 that its leaders posted from while brunching, according to New York Magazine. The house is 6,500 square feet with over 6 bedrooms, a pool, a bungalow, and parking for over 20 vehicles. I'm sure they're all electric. When a journalist tried to get more details on this never-before-reported purchase, Black Lives Matter sent around a memo internally saying things like, quote, "Can we kill the story?" or "Our angle needs to be to deflate ownership of the property." That sounds like it's on the up and up. They tried to come up with every excuse in the book for what the house has been used for, but none of it makes sense. They actually said they were hosting artists there to record videos about urban agriculture and things like that. Reverend Jeff Jemison was featured on BLM Aftermath Cleveland, and he joins us now. So they're clinking champagne glasses and, living it up at brunch. Very high-class affair and a $6 million spread. That money was supposed to go for what?
That's very disappointing to hear. In any case, with any type of nonprofit organization, the money should always go towards those who are in need, those who are on the ground. The well-intended purpose, whatever it's allocated for, whatever you say you're going to do to help those who the money is raised for, the bulk of it should go, 90% of it should go to those who you're trying to help, not to enrich yourself.
Could you say that these Black Lives Matter co-founders robbed black people?
Jesse, I'll tell you, you have to be careful where you put your money, and for leaders and those who are heads of organizations, they have to make sure, they have to be held accountable. They have to make sure that they're doing what they say they're going to do. This happens in organizations and that fall all the time. But this whole organization, the whole purpose should be examined. And I think that most of all, we have to make sure that people who are in need are getting businesses started. Money that's being raised is going directly to affect their lives in a positive way. This, without a doubt, is not affecting their lives, the ones who are in need, but those who apparently they've been taken advantage of and they've been fleeced.
Yeah, Cleveland got burned to a crisp at one point. Did you guys see any money from Black Lives Matter to help out the community?
Jesse, it's so disappointing. We actually were at a protest. I, along with other clergy, were attending a protest to simply protest peacefully police brutality and the killing of George Floyd, and just to make a point, make a statement that there needs to be healing. People need to come together. But this rally was taken over. It was simply hijacked, and the clergy who were there to protest peacefully actually had to be shuffled away and protected. So this thing got out of hand, and you can't protest or demonstrate and destroy other people's properties, their businesses. The money that was raised should go to build businesses in urban areas, not to build mansions.
I couldn't agree more. And I hope someone's held accountable for the fleecing that took place. Jeff, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.